Welcome back. Welcome back. What the fuck? No, this is Talking Franchise. Is this Talking Franchise? Or are we doing some talking spoilers or Netflix shit? Are we going back?
It's Talking Franchise.
We haven't did an episode of Talking Franchise. I think probably in 2 weeks.
We're finishing up the Austin Powers series.
But this is the final episode of the Austin Powers.
Goldmember.
Gold. I like my gold.
I said we love the first two movies. I'm going to say the Austin Powers 3, it's still a funny movie.
It's a funny movie.
Has moments. But this one, this one feels like it feels more outdated, and the jokes don't land as well. It's the third outing anyway, so this is the third movie within 5 years, but they were kind of one-note characters to begin with, so the jokes are kind of running out. They didn't take it, and there was only so much you can spoof on James Bond. I think the series is right to come back now, because there's been so many before Goldmember came out, I don't even think there was a Jason Bourne movie yet. No. We hadn't even gotten into the fast pace or the ideas of fucking team ups like in Fast and Furious. Now there's big spies or Triple X. Triple X hadn't even come out with
the new Oceans. I feel like Ocean is a remake, yeah. Right? Yeah, right.
I feel like the game has changed where they could come back and spoof. But yeah, just focusing on this one. There's things I like in the movie. My one gripe about the thing, I did not care for the fact that they made Austin and Dr. Evil brothers. Like they connected the story in the end. Yeah. I kind of feel like they phoned in some parts. And it's funny how I wonder what the decision was on that. The first movie, Dr. Evil's looks changed in all three movies. The first one he had like the scar completely across his face. Mm-hmm. Then his face in the second one, it's a little whiter. Well, it's not as white anymore, and like the scar's diminished. And then in this one, like now he's just like it just looked like it's fucking Mike Myers with the fucking bald hat on. Like I feel like. They ran out, and Mini-Me definitely ran its course, where I liked it. Hilarious in the second movie. This one, not so much. And now he's Mini Austin.
He has this part where he's Mini Austin. Oh, I like the movie, but I don't like it as much as I like the other two, the previous two. It's alright.
Fat Bastard comes back.
Fat Bastard, funny.
It's same jokes though. I mean, that scene's inconsequential too. But they have the sumo wrestling. It's funny. I apologize. I thought I was on silence.
Oh,
silence is golden, people.
Silence is golden.
I'm sorry, babe. I can't call right now.
All right. It is all right. So, what did I want to get to?
Right, but yeah, no, I was saying, there is funny, just the opening scene, but it shows you
the Hollywood sign.
Right, but this shows you how big Austin Powers got back in the time. The second one, such a smash, made $250 million just over here alone. The budget has been upped, and like there's a lot more product placement too, like. Just the opening, they get
the opening sequence.
They get Tom Cruise playing Mike Myers, fake Austin. You get Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin Spacey, and Danny DeVito. Now, in this world, Austin Powers has become a movie, and then they do their big opening dance like they did in the first two. But it's like they've upped it now to so much where it's just like. Like I said, it's a little. You got this, like I said, and when I say jokes won't feel as fresh or it's a little dated, you have. If you go in there, you need to understand some references. If kids were watching today and didn't know who Britney Spears were, the joke is, it's Britney Spears, and then she's a fembot, and she's but like there's something, like I said, there's some outdated jokes in there.
Yeah, this one they still continue, like they continue on. They like, I'm not gonna say they're already getting tired at this point, but it is the same, basically the same, just upping it one more. Just making it a little bit more.
This time they go to the 70s.
Outlandish.
They still use the time. But it's the plot. He's got to go back in time again.
That's what I was about to say.
He's going to the 70s, so it's another year. It's a different decade. But Yeah, it's not as fresh anymore. They're going back in time again to face Goldmember. But as I said, maybe the movie would have worked better without Dr. Evil, and if it would have just been about Goldmember instead. But I feel like the movie didn't need to lean on, and they didn't need to connect Dr. Evil and Austin Powers together like
to
that.
be siblings.
There's to be siblings. I didn't care for it, but there definitely is funny parts. What's your favorite part of the movie? Fun, I would say. What would you say is the funniest part?
Oh, this whole movie of the
of the third film. Obviously, this is what we're talking about.
No, I know. I'm trying to think of. There's a couple funny parts. There's like the mole with the new number 3. The mole scene, that's a good one. What they do with Back in Time, Dr. Evil. I like those scenes too. Like they did Dr. Evil and Austin Powers, the Back in Time scenes.
I like the
like when they were younger.
I like the
younger scenes, the younger versions. The younger versions.
His daddy was never there. I like the fact that like the old guy that's laughing at him in the past is in the future, is still in the future, laughing at him, still the same. He hasn't aged a bit, but still the old man's like, I like the.
You know, actually, was my
Michael Caine is funny as
Nigel Powers.
Yeah,
yeah, he is, but it's exactly right. It's similar to the other movies, but it's not as I would say. It's probably you have to say outdated. They were with the. Was it like you're trying to say with the times at the time? Britney Spears was already not relevant so much.
She was at her peak. She was at her peak, like I said. But I said there's more jokes. There's
you're saying that
Heineken product placement in there.
The other two are like timeless. You don't really need
it's timeless. You don't need.
But these ones are more.
There's a lot more pop culture. It's right. You have Tom Cruise coming in, starring in Austin Pussy.
Austin Pussy. But it's not as funny. I think it's already. Some of the jokes got already tired. We already seen these jokes in the previous.
They're reusing jokes, and this movie does it too. I believe there's a scene in Wayne's World 2 where you know how in Goldmember, Austin can't take his eye off the mole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like he's all getting, he's like keeps saying mole, but like he's gassed and keeps looking at it. They do the same thing in fucking Wayne's World 2. There's a scene. They reuse jokes to movie that weren't seen as much. 7 years later, he's using they're reusing gags. Definitely. So it's not as fresh.
But it was funny because just that scene.
When you think of think of Austin Powers, you don't think
because of the fact that he was a mole. You know what I mean? He was a mole.
That's the joke. It's a one-note joke that goes on throughout the whole movie.
Oh man, he didn't drink it. You know, matter of fact, you know what is my single favorite part in this movie? When Scott Evil gives Dr. Evil sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads.
Yeah, he finally gets his father's approval, but then at the end, Dr. Evil decides to turn good, and Scott's like, this is bullshit! What? He loses all his hair. They hype it where he could be the villain in the next one. I don't think, if you do another one, I don't think you have to bring back Seth Green either. Like I said, I think
why not? He should
you don't need to bring back those characters if you do another one, because again, you're doing the same thing. It's been 17 years later. If it was getting stale back then, it's probably the nostalgia's not gonna pop back like that.
I don't know. It's been a while.
But if they make fun of how spies should be, like again, Austin Powers is old fashioned. Now you have all these spies that want to be extreme or fucking team ups. You can spoof that. You can do that.
So they got a team already, though.
If Austin Powers was going to retire, and he's got to bring in, he's going to train somebody else to take over for him. You can do stuff like that, though.
So you're right. They have enough characters to make something like that he can make a team, his own crew.
Enough years have come by. I'd be down for it. And I would say in this movie too, the love interest. So out of all three movies, who was your favorite love interest? Beyonce Knowles stars in this one as Foxy Cleopatra.
Foxy Cleopatra.
And she's a whole lot of woman.
And she's a whole lot of woman. Holy.
Well, she does all right.
Beyonce is a whole lot of woman. Let's get that straight. And My favorite is Heather Graham's character.
Yeah, I would probably say she's the most.
Felicity Shagwell. That's her name, right?
Yeah. And they didn't
Shagwell by reputation.
They didn't bring her back for this film. She
like no explanation at all either.
Not this time, no.
No explanation whatsoever.
They didn't bother.
Did she just stay with the other Austin? Do you think?
Maybe.
Past Austin?
Yeah, maybe they could explain that in the next one. A little plot hole, I guess. But again, I'm not going to complain too much about plot holes in a comedy movie like this. I mean, it's supposed to be funny, and overall, you'll get a lot. I mean, you could go back to it, but I say if I'm going to go back to watching the Austin Powers movie, I would rather watch the first or the second before I watch Goldmember. You know, this would be my last pick out of it.
Yeah, but you have to watch it in sequence in order to understand the story and to like.
No, but
then when you're watching
we've all seen Austin Powers before.
And the best one is the first one. That's
the first one.
Hands down, the best one is the first one. The second one is it's second to the first, and the third one is just like it went down. Regular sequel protocols. That's what happens.
And that's why they're taking their time. If they do end up doing a sequel, this is 2017. It's over 15 years since the last one. They've taken their time with the story. They didn't want to just rush it. They want it to actually be legitimately good.
He has a son that's half black and is Beyonce's.
If we never see an Austin Powers movie again, that's fine. But Mike Myers was always enjoyable to watch, and you don't see him all that often. If he would come back with a movie, I would support it. I just hope that it could live up to the first two movies.
To live up.
And be funny. But again, the spoof genre has been dead for so long. It's
spoofing off of James Bond movies and incorporating.
But now you can make fun of Fast and Furious,
Demolition Man,
and Supremacy, and Triple X, everything. You can.
Yeah, have the Jason Bourne. So there's just like a bunch of Austin Powers. It's like the Powers protocol.
You can do anything with this. But so scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Austin Powers Goldmember?
6. It's alright. I would watch it. I would suggest you watch it. You could watch it and you're gonna enjoy the movie, but it's not as great as the last two, I would say.
Yeah, the second one went a little over. I'll give this one a 6.5.
Yeah.
There's the funny moments, but jokes don't land as well. I say it's the third best in the trilogy. That's why we see trilogy movies. Sometimes when you finish a trilogy, the third movie sometimes is the worst. Not saying
the best.
It's certainly not the best.
What would be a great trilogy movie?
But
there's some trilogy movies that
the third movie always gets cursed.
No, that's not for all movies though. You think of Avengers? What about Avengers? Avengers third
that's
movie.
Different. That's completely different. But anyways, yeah, that's our take on Austin Powers. We'll be coming back next time with a whole new franchise,
which is
I don't know yet, but it'll be coming soon. It'll be coming next week.
Yeah, but we're getting I don't know. Yeah.
It'll be coming next week. New franchise. You already know the deal.
Check out we're gonna do football movies, some over and under stuff soon.
Football's coming back, and we're gonna become new. We are gonna be seeing brand new films out of theaters really soon. We'll get our reviews up day that it releases in theaters, so you can come to us for guidance
or movies you should see.
Just come to us for some spoilers. If you don't want to see the movie, even if it's a piece of shit, we're gonna sit through it anyways.
Yeah, Death Note.
Film. And we're
check out the Death Note podcast.
It
was shitty. Austin Powers. This is not a shitty movie. This is a good, decent movie, but it's not as funny. I think. Would you think like someone watching this movie without having seen the other two can like it? They'll probably most likely
because it does have. Again, you'll have a few chuckles to it, but I guess
that's Beyonce.
If you want to laugh the most, I would not recommend this one first.
This one
or second.
I tell you, the first one. When I seen the first one, go check out that podcast. By the way, if you haven't already, the first one is so hilarious. I actually was laughing out loud. People were sleeping, and I had to go, cover my face because I was like,
for a second.
It's like, yeah, I was just crying, laughing. I mean, like when the tear comes out your eye. That's how funny it was. Also, we're gonna be doing soon. I already seen the series, but this guy hasn't.
Part of our Talking Netflix, we'll get it done by next week. Talking Netflix episode, we watched Disjointed, their new sitcom series about medical marijuana.
Funny. I like it. And I gotta watch All Eyes on Me. That's coming out on DVD, so
soon. Yep, I seen that.
Go get that one.
We'll be spoiling that soon. R.I.P. Tupac.
R.I.P. R.I.P. That's it. So next time on Talking Franchise, question mark. We don't know. If you comment, say, yo, pick a franchise, and we got you on the next Talking Franchise. Remember to subscribe. Remember to follow. Comment, share. Peace and love. And a whole lot of vagina.